up guys, One Way Up here, back with another video. And in this video I'll be giving you tips on how to be a better defensive player in basketball. So these 3 tips that I will be talking about require no visual demonstration, because these are the 3 basic things you need to be a successful defender in basketball. So there's no special stance that I'm going to show you how to place your arms or how to angle someone, because there are different theories and points that people make on what you should do. Some people say you should force the player baseline, some people say you should force them towards the middle, or if you just want to focus on one-on-one defense, different people have different perspectives on how you should do that. But these 3 tips are the basic things that start first when it comes to defense before any of those other things. So in this video, I'm gonna start off with the first tip, and that tip is your physical tools, and that is your dimensions and how you are physically. When you look at the best players when it comes to defense in the NBA or things like that, like Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson at one point, LeBron James. Well, right now he doesn't play defense, but at a certain point he did. Even players like Scottie Pippen, those great defenders tend to be tall, but they also had long arms, and they had the physical and athletic ability to keep up with players and to move and to have an effect. Like Kawhi Leonard has really big hands, so that also helps with kind of blocking someone's field of view or giving him those extra bit of inches just to reach in and to get the ball. Now there are some players that are smaller that are great defenders, like Patrick Beverley, Chris Paul, even Russell Westbrook, even though he's not small, but he is on the smaller side. And they could still be good defenders, so you don't necessarily need the physical tools. But when you look at the best of the best defenders in the history of basketball, they all, or most of them, tend to have the physical tools of being tall, long, athletic, and the ability to use their physical ability to help them be a better defender. Because you can have 2 defenders, one's 6'2" and another one's 6'7" with long arms and athletic. The one who's taller is going to be a better defender than the one who's shorter or smaller. Alright, so tip number 2. That is knowing when and where to be during the course of a basketball game. So this plays more into team defense. If you see someone's dribbling the ball, you have to know where you should be on the floor to be a good help defender. If your if your opponent has the ball in his hand and you're playing one-on-one defense with him, you should know your personnel. Know if he's a shooter, if he likes to drive. You gotta kind of have that mental ability to also predict what the person's gonna do, or at least gamble at the right times, and gambling at the times where you have your biggest opportunity of it paying off. So if you feel like your person's gonna shoot, spend an extra time to putting your hand up until the last minute when he starts to get into that shooting motion, and then putting your hand up at the right time would increase your chances of you blocking a shot. Another thing would be knowing how to use your physical tools and abilities to your help. So let's say you're not tall and strong, but you're quick. So one thing you can do is use your quickness to your advantage and learn how to use it at the right times when it would be most beneficial to you, staying in front of someone, let's say, or running and getting back on defense, things like that. Now the third thing that you need to be in a good defender is your heart. One of the most important things when it comes to defense is having the heart and the energy and the commitment to wanting to stop the other person. You see, your heart has to be in it to be a good defender, because you have some players who are great offensive players, but they're not good defensive players because they don't have the heart or the mindset to really focus on defense. So in order to be a great defensive player, you definitely have to want to stop the other person. You definitely have to want to shut the other person down. It must be like in your heart to do it, and you have to put forth as much energy as you do in offense. The same thing has to go for defense. because playing defense is a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy. You pretty much have to go 100% on defense if you want to be a great defender. There's pretty much no way around it. You have to want to do it. Even when you're tired or you feel like the other person's tired, that's one thing I do. I feel like I'm a great defender. When I sense that the other person's tired and I'm tired, that motivates me more to want to play even better defense, because I feel like that's my opportunity to really get the ball back, to force a turnover, things like that. Even smaller players like Patrick Beverley, him playing with a lot of heart makes up for his size and how he's not as tall or as big as other great defenders, but he's still considered a good defender because he plays with heart. His mental IQ is very good, so it allows him to know what to do and how to get inside the other person's head as well. Now, when it came to him guarding Kevin Durant in the playoffs last year, there's only so much you can do when it comes to defense, because Kevin Durant was taller than him. Yeah, Patrick Beverley had the heart and mental IQ, but he didn't have the size and the ability to really stop Kevin Durant. That's why you need the physical tools as well when it comes to guarding certain players. But you can still be a great defender if you have great mental IQ and you also have the heart and will to do it. Alright, so guys, those are the 3 things you need when it comes to being a great defender. You have to start off with having the great physical tools. The second thing would be the mental IQ. And the third thing would be the heart and will to stop the other person. Now, not everyone is going to have the physical tools, but if you have the heart and mental IQ, those 2 things will make you a great and exceptional defender. If you're really good at those 2 things, you have to be really good at those 2 things. And also depends on what level you're playing at, but for the most part, you can still be a great defender if you have great mental IQ and know how to get inside the other person's head at times, or if that's not you, at least knowing where to be, how to be, and use different situations on the court to your advantage. And the second thing will be having the heart, because you pretty much need to have the heart and will to stop someone else. Alright guys, so thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.